Alright, welcome back. It's day 2 of our Python challenge, 30 days challenge. And if you don't know what that is, Python 30 days challenge is a challenge whereby for every day, Monday to Friday, for 6 weeks, we have a challenge every day to work on to improve our coding skills and be better at coding with Python. So now, this challenge of today is a leap year. So it's a program to discover if a year is a leap year or not. And what we do here is to check if the given year is divisible by 4 but not divisible by 100, or if a year is divisible by 400. So that's exactly what we are doing. And here is an input format here. So example, if a year is 2020, I want to point out 2020 is a leap year. And if a year is 2019, I want to point out 2019 is not a leap year. So go ahead and pause this video and give this a try before I show you how I will do this. Alright, so I've given it a try. So now let's see. So as I said earlier, I want to check if this year is divisible by 4. By 4 or 400. Then if it is not, if it are also not divisible by 100, I want to make sure it is not divisible by 100. Else if I want to point out it's not a leap year. So the first thing I want to do is to collect this year, and we want to collect this input of the year. So we're going to have a variable here. Then we are going to convert this variable to an integer. So this input statement is used to collect our variable. So I'm just going to go ahead and say enter a year. And me saying enter a year now is a prompt we are giving to this user to go ahead and enter a year. And this is a type conversion, converting this here, because when we collect an input from Python, it's entered in a string. So we want to convert this input from Python to an integer, as a number, numeric data type. So now, when we have gotten this here now, we want to use our conditional statement. So you can go ahead and say you want to check. Firstly, this here must not be divisible by 100, right? So I can say if here now this modular sign is going to remain return the reminder. So if here divided by 100 not equals to 0, so what I'm doing now is checking if this here divided by 100 is not equal to 0, then I want to proceed. So I can now put this to check if this here now is divisible by 400. So if it says divisible by 400, what I want to go ahead and print out right here now is the name of the year, and that is a leap year. So I'll just go ahead and print out using a formatted string here, which helps us to put a variable between our print out statement. Year is a leap year. Right, so exactly like that. And also elif now, checking if this year is divisible by 4, which means when we divide it by 4, we have no remainder. Okay, we are not done with this. We are checking if this remainder is equal to 0 2. We want to print out the same thing, which means it is a leap year. So just go ahead and copy that and paste it here. So it is a leap year. But otherwise, if these two conditions are not met, it is not a leap year. So I just go ahead and say else print paste the same thing and is not a leap year. Then else paste the same thing is not a leap year. So right. So I'll just go ahead and enlarge this now so we can focus more on the code itself. So now this is what we have here. So if I should go ahead and run this now, I can say I want to enter 2020. 2020 is a leap year, which is quite alright, right? We are correct. Then 2019, which is not a leap year. Then let's have an example of something divisible by 100. So let's say 2000. 2000 is not a leap year. Okay, 21. Okay, 2100. Alright. So I decided to say 2015 is not a leap year. But now you can see this code is long. I'm having a lot of nested if and else if something like that. Can we write this in a better way? And yes, we can write this in a better way. So just go ahead and comment this down here so we can compare the two. So I can just go ahead and say this here now. Compare year percentage of 400. So I'm going to encapsulate all this conditionally. Yeah, and with and statement I can combine this or using all itself. So if you divide by 400 or okay, the condition was it should be divisible by 4 but not 400. So it's when it is divisible by 4 we are checking if it's not divisible by 400 by 100. So okay, so this should be okay. So let's change it to 4. Then that's when we now have to check if it is not divisible by 100 itself. Then this we have to come out this way. Then I have to cut this. And put this way. Alright, this is what was expected of us. And why we did this was because it is when it is divisible by 4 but not by 100, or it is divisible by 400. So that was the instruction given. So now if it's divisible by 4, we check that is it not divisible by 100. If it is not divisible by 100, then it is a leap year. Else, then it is a leap year. Then else, if it is divisible by 4 but not divisible by 100, but also divisible by 100, it is not a leap year. Then if any year is divisible by 4, it is a leap year. So we have that, and else if it's not divisible by 4, okay. If it's not divisible by 4 and not divisible by 400, then it is not a leap year. So I'm going to comment this again, then we can continue this way. So now we are checking if this 400 is divisible by 400 or the year itself is divisible by 4. That's equals to 0, and the year is not divisible. Don't forget, this modular sign is returning the remainder. So we are checking the remainder. If a number is divisible by a number, it's not going to have any remainder, which means the remainder will be 0 and not divisible by 100. So now I'm checking if the remainder of this here, when we divide it by 100, is not equal to 0. So now these two conditions must be met for this to be true. If any of these two conditions is true, it makes it a leap year. So just go ahead and say print out. This is a leap year. The year is a leap year. And otherwise, you can just say else it is not a leap year. So if I should go ahead and run this again now, we can see 2020 is a leap year. Right. I can say 204 is a leap year. All variables. So you can just 2015 is not a leap year. So you can see we achieved the same result with these two lines of code, but this line of code, this code is much shorter and more effective. This might be more readable for beginners. So these are just two different ways you can approach solving this challenge. So yeah, that'll be all for day 2 challenges using it, looking for a leap year, checking if the year is a leap year or not. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Code You Draw, for more videos like this. See you in the next video. Bye.